Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 35 of the Final Fantasy VI Let's Play. We continue our trek through the Dragon's Den.
So all we're doing right now is hopping through chests and shit. Ooh, it's down there.
Tapping through the treasure chest. We're going to get that treasure chest down there in a moment because that is actually a very lucrative treasure for us once we get past this green asshole. Come on, go out of the way. Thank you very much.
They're just a fucking nuisance.
So we hop down the chest, get the chest. A Celestria!
Oh, fuck yeah!
Alright. Now these are something I really couldn't explain very often because I didn't get one during my regular playthrough, but Celestriads are a relic that when equipped reduces all MP costs to 1.
Hells yeah!
And combined with the Soul of Famaza, congratulations. You found another way to break the game.
Another way to break the game.
Another one broke the game. And another one down, and another one down. Another one broke the game.
Ow!
Celestriads are also a relic you can get as drops from the Brachiosaur, which I did off-screen when I was fighting some Tyrannosaurus Rex in the dinosaur forest while preparing for the Dragon's Den.
Outtakes.
Yeah. And I'd like some clarification here if any subscribers know this. I looked up the monster list for the Dragon's Den, and apparently you can run into Brachiosaurs here. Which would make sense. Dragon's Den, sort of. But I have yet to ever encounter a Brachiosaur, and that includes like the first time we went through the Dragon's Den and this playthrough. I fought a lot of fucking random encounters here. And I wanted to know if that was true or not.
I think you can.
I'm inclined to believe so, and it would make sense considering the optional area would have pretty nasty encounters. Then again, Armadillo Hand gave me more fucking shit than the Brachiosaur will ever do for me. Anyway, so we got more dragons here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Matt, you got any juicy stories for us for today? Because
I know this asshole. Skull Dragon.
Skull Dragon.
This is one of those fuckers with that has a gimmick that's not as interesting as it sounds.
No.
This asshole basically comes back to life no matter how many times it wants. Basically, the gist of this battle is you gotta wear out its MP.
Yeah.
34,000 MP.
14,000.
14,000, I'm sorry.
14,000 MP.
And that was 300.
Yes.
So this is one of those times when you want to do like a quick cheese, where you can cast like magic 5 times in a row here. Have everybody under quick, have everybody use W magic if you can, and just keep doing rasp.
This is a very fucking dull battle. This is all you're doing, folks. Just cast and rasp. And when you're low on MP, use Osmos. Like, don't use Ethers or anything like that because this guy has more than enough MP to share. And this is all you're doing. If you decide to wipe out its HP, it regenerates, and then you'll get a little text box saying, it lives off magic power.
Which is your clue. Yeah. And let me tell you, this is a fucking interesting with a spell that only does 300.
Yeah, it's because Rasps does so paltry damage.
It's
damaging MP. And it's not HP, so I guess that's how they figured, who would care? We don't have to make this thing do 999. We're never going to have a boss that has that much MP anyway. Well, wait, we do in the original. It's called the Magic Master. And then we have one in this one's called the Skull Dragon rematch. It's not very fun. You want to know how long this battle takes, ladies and gentlemen? We've still got about 7 to 8 minutes of this shit.
It's 7 to 8 minutes long.
Yeah, with this fight is 7 to 8 minutes long. And by the way, this is not the worst of it. The next part after this in the Dragon's Den Chronicles, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 20-minute plus fights.
At least one of them is an interesting Holy Dragon, I presume.
Next, no, not the Holy Dragon. The Holy Dragon didn't take that long. But yeah, the last part for the Dragon's Den adventure, folks, is about 40 minutes long. And they're all boss encounters. So,
oh boy,
we're in this for the long run, folks, and we begin with the Skull Dragon because just the way this fight's set up, you can only do so much. What the fuck are you gonna hit with regular attacks for? No point. So just use all your MP draining shit. So, with that said, because we still got some time to kill here. Oh, how's your week been, Matt?
I got a real interesting tale for you. It was one of my second ride-outs for my new job.
Yeah. So
the customer's house we went into, the second we go into the house, there was a very malodorous odor. Now, we have a lot of patience. Now, I'm modestly kind of a bit scent blind, so I didn't mind it too much. My coworker was the one that pointed it out. So regardless, we went right in the house, so we continued. So we talked, so the woman comes up. She's about 55, 56 years of age, and I noticed she smelled like sour milk.
Oh.
So we tried to figure out the problem to see what the issue was. Turned out she wanted to connect to the Wi-Fi. Turns out she was connected to the wrong Wi-Fi. When we got her connected to the right Wi-Fi, her dog then came in the room. And her dog just got right up on her leg and started humping it madly. The woman didn't seem to give two shits. In fact, she started to bend down over the dog and started licking its head. Then me and my friend were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Who the hell do you think you are?" Then she looked at me and said, "I'm the aristocrat."
I remember one time I heard a Gilbert Gottfried aristocrat joke, and I think it went off for like 6 minutes.
That's the whole point to the aristocrat's joke. You have to make it as nasty as you fucking can within that time frame. Unfortunately, like I said, I haven't had one of those wacky jobs yet.
Yeah.
So it's one of those kind of things. But I'm gonna have some stories.
Yeah.
Believe me, we all.
Yeah, you just got started.
Oh fuck yeah!
You're gonna have very interesting stories. You got to tell all your friends and future kids and grandkids at some point. Let me tell you about the shit I've seen.
Oh, we already got some of those horror stories.
Tales of interest.
Oh yeah, I thought I had enough bar stories in my first job. Woohoo!
No, retail, like, depending on how long you stick with retail, those are the first stories you ever experience. And I guess the one that immediately pops into my head with retail is when I got a death threat from someone because he took something I said the wrong fucking way. And I guess he just didn't have a morning
Let me
sleep.
guess, she said thank you, come again?
Yeah,
that was my first death threat.
That was just being nice.
That was my first death threat.
I was getting ready to leave that night because I was in night shift and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was Monday. The work week is just beginning. And normally I like Mondays because Monday mornings is when we get all the usuals in the morning. And I'm like buds with all of them. I know their names. I know what they like. So I'm able to help them out right away. And I get smiles and I like that because it makes me feel good about myself. Then to get this one asshole, I'm sweeping the floor, I accidentally brush up at his fucking foot. He didn't like that. Apparently his shoes were $5,000 made of crocodile skins.
Oh, please.
And death threat immediately after. And if it weren't for the fucking cop that was in there, he probably would have followed up with something immediately after.
Nah, most of the time with death threats,
No, granted, I think he wasn't going to really do any fucking thing, but he sounded very fucking pissed. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is not how I wanted to end my day.
I had a similar situation with one of my first death threats. Best way I handled it, left right over the fucking counter. Left right over the counter, he got a good look at my height. I bullied him right the fuck out the store.
Yeah, you definitely got height on your side, Matt.
Height and weight.
Yeah.
Some of it's fat, some of it's muscle. Cursed fucking weight limits on the job.
Not for nothing, like, I'm glad I moved on from the retail days in Wawa, but it wasn't one of those jobs where it was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I want to get the fuck out of here. Because I liked doing what I did, because I was night shift, and I was in charge of deliveries. We get the truck every other day, and especially during the summertime when the orders were bigger than normal because of our Hoagie Fest and shit like that, it was very relaxing. Like, unloading the truck and putting them where they needed to go, because one, I wasn't in the registers. I didn't have to deal with the fucking customers. And secondly, the stock's not going to put away itself, and nobody knew how to do the job except me, except for Shantae, who was wonderful in the deli. So here's me putting stuff away, don't have to deal with the customers all the fucking time, just refilling coffee. It was pretty relaxing. Therapeutic in some cases, I would even say. So I had it pretty good there, but, you know, unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And sometimes you got to make that jump, and it's scary. But I'm glad I did, and here I am.
I made my jump, and now I'm worried about losing my job again.
You're not going to lose your job.
I know, they won't do that to me. And with that said...
Oh, thank fucking Christ. Oh, that tangent actually lines up the entire fight. I'm happy about that. Now, where's my death threat?
Yeah, seriously. The Scorpion Tail, Gogo's ultimate weapon.
Yeah, if you're physically attacking with them.
If you're physically attacking at all.
Yeah. No, Gogo, you're mimicking.
Does it
And
give
you're also
passive
customizing
benefits?
your status. Yeah, you can do that with Gogo, by the way. I don't think I showed that off here, but you can go to the status menu with Gogo and give him separate commands. You can give him blitzes, sword techniques, rage, magic, items, all that. You can do that. Because
Rage might be the way to go.
maybe rage. Blitz is normally what everybody else gives him. You know, whatever you want to. Gogo is yours to command. I like to use Mimic a lot, though, because, you know, you get free casts of a lot of spells. So if you know how to plan your strategies accordingly, you can get some extra damage done with Gogo. I like that. So Skull Dragon is done. That is one of the most tedious battles done with the Dragon's Den, thank Christ. And now we're continuing on. Luckily, when you beat the Skull Dragon, you unlock a long staircase, which is pretty much a shortcut back to the save point. I like it when games do that.
I do too. Too bad the Cultist Tower didn't get the idea.
No. Yeah, when you beat
couldn't even just fall off anticlimactically.
No, when you beat the Magic Master, a fucking magic elevator should have just materialized to the right.
You should have just gotten thrown off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We got an airship. I need an air pickup. Drop that hook.
That Setzer has you gamble for it.
Yeah, fuck off.
I can't gamble in here. My commands are sealed.
Alright. Okay, so we got rid of the Skull Dragon, which unlocked that seal. There's a secret switch here between these lava pools. You get a hint for that in the area behind where you fought the Blue Dragon. There's a little pamphlet you can read. It's here, actually. No, not here.
Ooh, this is an interesting design for once.
Yeah, this is.
Ooh, the Magus robe.
The Magus robe is a robe for all of your magic users. Behemoth suit's better.
Oh, okay.
So, nope. Sorry. Nope. Time.
That Behemoth is better.
Yeah. It's so adorable.
And it don't smell so bad once you got rid of it.
Absolutely. Okay, now here's another proper rematch. We got Holy Dragon.
This fucker's hard.
Holy Dragon calls for heavenly aid. Wait, are we devils?
No, it regens.
Oh.
Basically, when you strike it, it's going to heal itself.
With Karaga for 6,000 plus. So you need to make sure you do more than 6,000 per hit, otherwise it ain't doing shit. But that's not the reason why Holy Dragon's a pain in the ass.
Heartless Angel.
You can get rid of the Kiraga counter with Reflect. It's kind of like the Asura battle in Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Holy Dragon has Heartless Angel, as Matt said.
Which is as Volcasis of something awful turned it endearfully, Dick Move Alpha.
Yeah. What's Dick Move Beta, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's just that's all it needs.
Just
Alpha's like the foremost of Dick Move attacks. It's basically I'm gonna kill you.
It's not just because he does Heartless Angel as Dick Move Alpha. It's that a lot of times Holy Dragon will immediately follow up Heartless Angel with Saintly Beam,
and that hurts.
That'll kill you.
Oh yeah,
because you just hit you with Heartless Angel. So the only way you're surviving that nasty ass combo is you need something that absorbs Saintly Beam. It's Holy Elemental Attack. So
and Holy's hard to resist.
Holy's hard to resist unless you have the Paladin Shield or the Cat Ear Hood, which I believe absorbs Holy Elemental attacks. So Realm and Terra are going to be just fine. Celeste and Mog, on the other hand, no. 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 But that's if he decides to do it. But very likely he will. Sometimes he did Heartless Angel 2 times in a row, which is redundant as fuck. But it's something that happens. But again, it's not pretty if he decides to do Saintly Beam right after Heartless Angel, which is a very, very, very large possibility in this fight.
Where'd Mog go?
Mog is thinking about life.
So Mog jumped into the... Wait,
Mog knows how this works. If he jumps up, the enemy will die. It's kind of like a ritual.
Question.
What's up?
You just have Mog with a Holy Lance jump in the air to try to attack a monster that is not... Oh shit, it hits them all.
Yeah, it hits them all. And it's unblockable. So, hopefully it doesn't follow up with Saintly Beam. Luckily he did not in this case.
It looks like Tara's ready to read us a story.
Yeah. Gather round, children, as I tell you the story of how I slain the dragon. Again. Repeat.
They call me Tara the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking badass.
Zamato, that's for Cyan.
Yes.
Does it have any, like, it's the death ability?
I just know that, again, it's not a very remarkable sword. And you can't even trade it in the Coliseum for anything good. I think you just get a God Hand. You get another God Hand for saving.
For what reason?
I guess you want 2 God Hands. God is I guess he has 2 hands, so I want both God's hands.
A magic pair of knuckle dusters.
They say God's feet is the ultimate of luck. Beats the shit out of rabbit's foot. The seal of heaven is broken. Well, fuck. We can die now.
What happened when we break when we killed the Skull Dragon? What seal did we break? Seal of Darkness?
The Seal of Darkness, yeah.
Meanwhile, back out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
So when you use the teleport stone of the warp spell, you warped out of the Dragon's Den, you warp back to the airship with Setzer as your only party member. So I'm warping out because it's ultimately faster for where we have to go next. So we're back in the first area of the Dragon's Den because the area that was blocked previously is now open, and it's pretty much acts as a shortcut, which is good because technically for 100%, you gotta do the Dragon's Den twice, technically.
Gons.
Gons. Thek. Star Trek names.
Ingo.
Well, that's not very Star Trek. What about you?
Dra.
Fusroda. Maybe you know the answer to this puzzle, this peculiar puzzle, this conniving conundrum.
This bamboozling baffler.
Yeah.
And here's a letdown of a boss battle. Gold Dragon. Now, Gold Dragon here absorbs all magic, which is a nice way of it saying it has auto runic.
Yes.
Which would be more of a threat if Flood was not affected by runic.
Neither is Strago's magics, lore magics, because yeah, this battle is pretty much a glorified slobber knocker. You're bringing all your strong physical attacks.
No, you're not. You can just spam Flood.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to as well. Strago will be on standby with White Wind because he's my makeshift healer. You can't use Karaga in this fight.
Of course not.
So.
But even that, it seems like all he's doing is physical attacks.
Yeah, that's all he can do.
Phantom.
You could do that too.
Forgot it.
No, but he does have magical attacks.
Yeah, like what? Piss poor thunder magic.
He gets rid of the vanish.
You what?
He gets rid of the vanish.
For what that's fucking worth.
Yeah.
But it seems like his physical attacks are the bigger threat. So in reality, who gives a fucking flying fuck?
This battle is an outright slobber knocker, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck off!
Fuck off! As God is my witness, Gold Dragon's broken in half.
Oh no! Don't tell me! Oh my God! A fucking knuckle duster in the
Like,
face!
who is that? Like, that's gotta be luck! That's gotta be luck!
Yep, this is all this guy is.
Fucking battle.
Huh?
What was that about the Gold Dragon, the 8 dragons being interesting rematches? So that we really maybe complimented 2 in this entire fucking dungeon.
Seriously, he was fucking boring.
Yeah, man. But there is more to the dragons than the rematches with the 8 dragons.
This is Will Crossblade. That's for luck. Not completely super
Valiant
useless.
Knight and Ultimate Weapon are better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Although I think this Will Crossblade also enables steal as well, if I remember correctly.
well, I mean, like you just absolutely just steal with it.
Yeah, I think like
You
the
can do
Thief's
that with
Knife.
the Valiant Knife.
Like the Thief's Knife, I don't know.
I don't even know. Hey, though, but I believe that is our last dragon. I think that was numero 8.
Numero 8.
Numero 8 for
There
the
you
8
go.
dragons. So, are we done? No. We still got some encounters left in the the fourth area of the Dragon's Den, and then we're going after the Big Cheese, the head honcho of the Dragon's Den. And this actually goes back to some deleted content of the original Final Fantasy VI. In the dummied out content, there exists the dragon that was the Kaiser dragon, or the Kazar dragon. It was spelled C-Z-A-R, dragon.
Kazar, like Kaiser.
Yeah.
Just to fit with the sprite limitations.
And he would, open the battle by saying, like humans and their desires. I'm free at last. It's like, prepare thyself and shit like that. Nobody knew how you were going to encounter them, but it was believed that originally there was going to be rematches with the 8 dragons because hidden within the game's ROM file are text files for all the dragons. Like, Storm Dragon, like Earth Dragon got mad. I'm sorry, Durgan got mad, or Storm Dragon is cloaking itself in wind. So it was believed since the very inception of Final Fantasy VI, 20-something years ago, that there was going to be rematches with the 8 dragons, which would release the Kazar dragon, or Kaiser.
One problem, however, there's always a problem between creating your game with ideas and actually putting it on your medium, and that is limitations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess what? A lot of games get hit with that shit, hence why you see some shit cut here and there, or things that were left out. But not partially because of that, partially because of executive meddling, take your pick and poison.
Yeah.
Because believe you me, I'm all familiar with how a project can start off as one thing, and then, the producers go,
we gotta cut this. Because we're not gonna meet a deadline. Most of the time it's deadlines that,
Sometimes it's deadlines, sometimes it's them not being, sometimes it's sensitivity issues, which I can honestly understand as of late.
Yeah.
So, but the 8 dragons weren't really a sensitivity issue. Just you hit the limitation of what your system can do.
Yeah, and 6 is pushing the SNES to the limits.
Right. However, with much better technology as the time went on, they figure, why don't we actually give these guys another go?
Yeah, and the advanced cartridges are much more spacious than Super Nintendo carts.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
Why don't you bring the turtle back if you know you don't have to be up there?
We're going back. We're bringing the turtle back to the center because we eventually have to travel to the left side
Oh.
of this area.
Okay, so you press it twice to change its direction.
You press it twice to get to the center, then you press it again to bring it towards you. I'm bringing it to the center to save myself a trip later on. So anyway, those tombstones we read, if you remember Daryl's tomb, same thing. We're rearranging the letters to spell out the King of Dragons.
Bahamut?
Fuck, you're right. But no, this is not Bahamut. Fuck it, that's trademark infringement, man. Oh, so that's what we're really doing. We're content ID personified.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, Kaiser, you gotta go. Bahamut's making the money now.
Just has this image of Bahamut in shades. I'll be disappointed if that's what they don't do with him in 15, but...
Alright, so this area that I'm going through in the Dragon's Den is...
boring.
Completely optional. It's completely optional. There's nothing here except for some treasure chests that you can get. It's worth it, though, in my opinion, because for one, we get Gal's ultimate weapon, which is the dueling mask, which is weird because you would think Gal wouldn't have an ultimate weapon of any sort.
Gal has an ultimate weapon. What's it called?
Dueling mask. I think it's just armor.
It is armor.
So we got a bone wrist for... I think it's an accessory. I don't remember what it does, though, because I don't equip it. We got another ribbon, though. That's good. And we got monsters in a box. Two of them, actually. The one in the top right and the one in the bottom right.
Plague.
Plague. We meet again.
Oh, this asshole.
Yeah, from Final Fantasy IV. Rocking the same gimmick. He starts the battle off with 4 casts of Doom. That's always going to be the first thing that happens in the battle, no matter how fast you are. So,
And then what?
You got a timer in this battle. Luckily, you have re-raise, unlike Final Fantasy IV. So you can cast on everybody if you really want to play it safe, because after the first Doom, Plague doesn't do that again. However, if you physically attack Plague while the countdown's going, he will cast haste on you.
Which
will
is
speed up the count.
Death count.
Yeah, it'll speed up the death count.
Yikes!
Ooh.
Fun
Locke.
gimmick, I approve.
Hey, Locke, you ever seen the Frighteners? No? Okay. Same as going to be rocking the Plague. This is pretty much just attack as fast as you can. While Mog fumbles on his fucking feet. Why, hey.
Stumble!
Yeah, stumble. Your number's up, buddy. And Grim Reaper ain't all too impressed.
It's always said that death is the harshest of critics.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And we're dead. Right before Rick Reaper knocked on Locke's door.
That is Realm's Angel Brush. Which would be Realm's ultimate weapon if you didn't have anything better by then.
Actually,
I think the fucking Stardust Rod is better.
No, Stardust Rod is for Strega. And Stardust Rod and the Angel Brush for Strega and Rome specifically are actually good ultimate weapons because they provide bigger magic buffs than the Magus Rod. So they're pretty lucrative. So equip them as soon as you can. Unfortunately, we didn't get Stardust for Strega. Yeah, we're getting that pretty soon. And Realm's not here to enjoy the Angel Brush, so...
Rats. We'll use the paintbrush anymore. Throw it out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Realm's gonna start practicing painting on canvas with a fucking rod.
Finger painting.
Yeah. Finger painting? And paint by numbers. The
now
cheater! Monster in a box time. Oh, no slug!
It just came out of that box.
Yeah. Okay, luckily this is not 10. So this is not as much of a pain in the ass as it is. But let's talk about the battle here. The shell is invulnerable. Absolutely invulnerable. It has max out stats in every department. So you're not damaging it at all.
Can you take
You also
it with
don't want to attack it. Because if you attack this shell, it's going to counter with Megaton Smash. Which is an instant kill that ignores death. So, yeah, that's not fun. Don't attack the shell. So we're attacking the slug himself, who is weak to fire. But he's also rocking really high magical defense. He's not perfect in that area, but it's still really high, so even a really strong Faraga spell will do a max at 3,000, 4,000 at most. So you're kind of playing the long game here, but that's all this guy has, and most of his attacks are physical except for Sticky Goo. So if you have Phantom on or Vanish on characters, it's really hard for you to lose this fight. So whip out the fire spells, get all the physical attackers out for Nislug, hit him in his fucking goofy ass face, and you're gonna win. Now the only other problem here is that the shell will cast White Wind every once in a while, and since the shell is invulnerable, he's always gonna have max HP. White Wind will always do max healing, so that's not fun. But if you play your cards right, you'll be doing way more damage than White Wind will heal. So Again, it's just a matter of time. You'll be fine.
And somehow Sabin just managed to miss the giant chest monster.
Yes. But unlike, you know, the enemy that we fought earlier, forget the Dragon's Claw, the slug will actually retract every once in a while inside a shell. And you don't want to attack the shell like that. Luckily, Megaton Smash is physical. So if you have the advantage...
Mog didn't get the memo.
No. Where's Mog? I don't see him. Yeah, this fight's in the bag. We're not going to lose this fight. Kind of wish we did more damage than that, though. Because that was in the front row, folks.
Christ. Well, it is a high defense monster, I suppose.
Yeah. God,
careful you don't blow up your chest, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know. Whatever is inside there ain't the fucking net anymore. It's soup. It's like Final Fantasy V. If you don't get those chests before the tree burns up.
Oh, Christ.
I was wondering what that was. And the first time I ever played 5, I let the tree burn without getting some chests. I was like, what the fuck is suit and why am I collecting so much of it?
With that said, that's the end of Nest Slug.
Oh, fuck that fight in 10. Fuck that fight in 10. I don't want to fight that thing in 10.
Remind me, who's playing 10 for the channel?
You're doing 9, I'm doing 10. That's how it works.
My condolences, brother. Legendary Lance of the Gods. Guess what? Save stick! No jump buffs!
Why do they not have jump buffs? Why wouldn't you give them jump buffs?
Why did you equip it?
Because I want to. I don't know. I got it.
It's not like buyer's remorse.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's buyer's remorse.
How's a buyer's remorse? You got it for free.
I'll switch it out before we do the Soul Shrine. That's if I decide to bring Mog to my party at all. Which I don't think I'll do. I think I'm rocking Charlie's Angels and the King Pimp for the Soul Shrine.
Who?
Edgar.
Oh, God Almighty.
Yeah.
King Perv is the better word.
Yeah. King Lech. Okay. So the top right and bottom right had monster encounters, but there's still more stuff to loot here.
Fuck yeah, what else are we gonna get?
What else are we gonna get? Stardust Run.
That's actually pretty good for a Strago, actually.
Strago's ultimate weapon is inside a fucking box. You don't have to fight a monster for it.
That's exactly how important he is.
Yeah, so the Stardust Rod and Angel Brush, they lower attack, but you're not attacking with them, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, you only got 50,000 gold? Oh, that's right, you didn't have,
Say what?
Rome in the party. The cat ear hood also doubles your money output.
Dude, I got over 2 million GP. You probably saw my step counter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was looking after that battle.
Yeah, I got over 2 million GP because of all the fucking encounter, all the time I spent fighting cactars and all that shit for magic or for ability points and shit. Ugh, yeah. I'm never running out of money, folks. Money should never be a problem in Final Fantasy VI. So I flick that switch there, then you gotta bring another party to this area, so I'm jump cutting to where you have to because you guys already know how to get here. So I'm saving you guys time on the video.
I'm grateful.
Oh, you're welcome, Matt. So we got one more chest to open up besides the dueling mask.
That thing could nearly put the cat ear hood to shame. It has all elements.
Yes.
For Bruce. Yeah.
Yes. Open up
the
here.
Crystal Orb. I don't know what that is. The Genji Glove, which rocks ass.
The Crystal Orb increases your MP by like 50%. It's kind of like how the Muscle Belt increases HP.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the magical equivalent.
But by this point, you have the Celestiate or Soul of Thamasa.
There's no point.
So why bother?
Don't bother. So, our final monster in the box for the right here is another callback. Flan Princesses.
So that would, I just heard Cecil yell all the way from the moon.
Man, fuck these things. Well, not in this game. They're pretty easy in this game.
Nope.
So for those that didn't watch our Final Fantasy IV Let's Play, which you can find in our playlists, I really recommend you do that.
I do too.
Flying Princesses were rare encounters in the Lunar Subterrane, or Lunar Ruins, no, the Lunar Subterrane, that you'd like to fight because, one, because they're very rare encounters and you want to fill out your bestiary, and two, there was a really rare chance they could drop the Pinktail, which you bring back to the dwarves inside the overworld so that they can give you the adamantite armor, which is the best armor in the game. The Flame Princesses in this game are an homage to them because they like to do the imp song, which will count, make all your party members imps, which doesn't matter because you have all ribbons on, and they like to do like Berserk, but that won't mean anything because again we have ribbons on. You should.
They all seem to want to fall. They all seem to love status magics.
Yeah, they love status effects, but you have ribbons.
So fuck them.
Start this battle with ribbons. this battle's in the bag. You can use Ultima if you want to, but Cyan has other ideas.
You're gonna just dispatch them?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck right.
They are susceptible to death. So give them Oblivion. With a skip and a hop and a one cool jump. He's
Wow.
one tough samurai.
God damn. I have a lot of respect for
Oh, if only
Cyan
it
now.
was that easy.
You also managed to get something called the Aborizuki, which is actually going to be a really good weapon for Shadow.
Yeah.
Considering he's actually one of the very few characters that, for some godforsaken reason, can't equip the Lightbringer.
I had a bit of an airhead moment there because I got that weapon thinking it was for Cyan because it's Japanese. And I was like,
Because Japan!
Yeah, because it's Japanese. It must be for Cyan.
While we try to sort out a little cultural clash, we'll see you guys for part 36.